So today is Tuesday, the 27th of December, and we got a couple of things to throw at you here. This is a piece of information that I ran across earlier today. Um, oh, wait, I have to go back and share my screen so I get sound. Uh, okay. If anybody hears this echo out there, give us some feedback. So this is Brodell. He's been around for more than a minute. He's part of the truther community for a long time.
Heated in those meetings. Well, we just want the trails that went back and forth here. I said, I smell a rat. Something from our source this morning.
Okay, so Brodell is going to come here and talk about some interesting news in a second, but I'll start here with sort of why this caught my eye. We've had some feedback from our viewing audience that maybe all these earthquakes that they were reporting on, which are still just hammering. I mean, the same spot up here through Alaska, it looks like they got most of this cleared out. None of this is here, right? This was
Right.
like on the 24th or the 25th. This was lit up like a Christmas tree, so to speak. And now it's all up through here. We're supposed to get 7 to 9, 6 to 8 earthquakes a day at 2,200 earthquakes a year, which is the high at the average, and it's high over the last 20 years. We've gotten as low as, what was that number we saw, 1,600 a year, which would be maybe a couple of days. So there's tremblers all over the place, but we had 72 in California the other day. And just in case you guys think we're full of it here, what date's that? January 27th, 5:06 a.m., 5:06 a.m. Two of them. 5:06 a.m. Here's another one right next to it. So it's two separate earthquakes right next to each other at exactly the same time. Gee, that happens all the time. Okay, so no, magnitude 1.8, 11:24 a.m. That's the 27th. Today's the 27th, right?
Yes.
Okay, 27th. Oh, wait, is this the 27th? Yeah, that's the 27th. That was the 27th. That was the 27th. Oops. Screen Management 101. Oh, it doesn't like that spot right there. So this goes all the way up into our Alaskan region here. Look at this. So bear this in mind here as we go over here and we listen to Brodell. Same thing as in California. We've got a couple up here in Seattle in the Washington area. These are probably near each other in time, 3:48 a.m. and 10:36 a.m. Okay. Look at these magnitude numbers, 1.63. I saw this earlier. 1.39. These are pretty exact. I don't know how often that is that we get this much under a reducing one. I haven't really paid attention to that well enough. But these all seem to end up on strings, don't they?
That's it.
That's it. And then we also had some other stuff happening out here. And then I'll get to the Brodell piece and we'll get this out. I've got some stuff over here in Oklahoma City, up on the edge of Texas. And then we have these entire regions with nothing. Wouldn't it seem that if you've got, like over here in, watch this one, over here in Puerto Rico, as we drill down.
Wow.
Offshore 2.28 at 8:53 a.m., 12:56 a.m., 1:51 a.m., 3:41, 5:46. Now, wouldn't it seem that if there was an earthquake right here of 2.15 magnitude, that because of the momentum of the tectonic shift or whatever was causing this, whatever movement, natural movement was causing this, that at 5:46 I get a 2.1, and then right next to it, 5.5 hours later. Wouldn't that take more than 5 hours, you'd think, at a magnitude of a 2 something?
Yes.
And this was at 3:41, and it doesn't make sense. It's not logical. You know how much I like my logic. So if we look, dang it. If we look here, my mouse does not like me today. Puerto Rico's getting hit a little bit. Up here through the Virgin Islands, Dominican Republic, I've got one. But then I have these entire regions with nothing. I have a hit here down in the far end of South America, middle of nowhere, a 4.7 at 5:55 in the morning. Seems like that's when the operations might have started really renewed the next day. This was in the afternoon. It's a 5.1. So between 12 hours in the difference, and I'm getting fives. It seems like I have tremblers in the middle, right? Wouldn't you have some little itty bitty earthquakes on the way over that other earthquake?
You would think.
And then we get over here into Indonesia. Anywhere that a part of the world that has a place named Bangkok, you can't exactly trust. So if this is a 5 at 1 a.m., this is a 4.6 at 2:45 in the afternoon. All today again. These are all today. 4.4 at 3:49. Man, that's hard to read. 10:37. So this is happening. So look how many we've got. How many freaking earthquakes we've got. We're supposed to have 7 a day on average. 7 a day. Well,
You had 6 just in that area.
Oh, look at this. You want to just get a here. Okay, this place is killing the national average. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There's a little
Yes.
ADB.
In that area.
Yeah, half here. This is a little kicker at 10:03 a.m., 6:06 p.m. This is the one. This way, I get a hit here. There should be something next to it that's almost natural, right? Looks like it's along a mountain range. What the heck is out here? Nothing except something underground, I bet.
Right.
So let's get back to my Rodell piece here. See if this makes any sense.
So, and you need to hear it. And I asked him if I could. So let's go ahead without further ado here. And I'm going to tell you exactly everything. Okay, all the emails that went back and forth here. I said, I smell a rat. Something is not quite right. Are the upper ranks of this operation having a difference of opinion as to how to end this movie? They control damn near everything. They have everything. Are you allowed to tell me what is really happening? We just want the truth. Thank you, Martin. And he said, apologies been in meetings. The upper ranks are disagreeing on when. Much we want from our standpoint to do it now, and others are wanting more finished up behind the scenes first. Like explained yesterday, it gets extremely heated in those meetings. Laugh out loud. We got most of our things done, as you know, so we are ready from our end. Already rounding up low-level minions. And he said low-level minions. Very little left underground other than blowing up and collapsing the tunnels and dumps. Yes, we do control everything. And again, that's the disconnect between many of us and the other commanders. You're welcome anytime, Martin. And then I said, would it be okay if I read this to the viewers, please? They are so frustrated and they have put up with so much from their friends and families. Martin. And he said, sure. I said, thank you so much. And then he says, you're welcome anytime. I just got done, by the way, speaking my mind and others in an extremely colorful way. Of course, as you guys know, words were hijacked and have different meanings than just what most of humanity knows. But it got the message to the entire structure. Awesome. I said, thank you. And he says, also want you and everyone to know, despite the bullshit, we will finish out our mission per terms, etc. May not.
So when he says per terms there, for the people who are new in this community, there's the Law of War manual talks about exactly the way this is supposed to step down. And I believe that the most coherent architecture for that step down is a devolution, which is John Harold over at Patel Patriot. And if you haven't watched his stuff, boy, I'd recommend it.
Like the shit others are wanting, but that will not stop us from said above. And so
So he says this
just
down
know
correctly here.
we'll finish out our mission per terms, etc. May not like the shit others are wanting, but that will not stop us from said above. And so just know that yes, there is. I mean, that pretty much says it all, you know. And but having said that, they're going to do it, and so all that we need to do is just hang in there. They're going to clash up there as to when to end this, or at least move it into a new phase, but it's going to happen. Now, I want to read you some comments here that just came in a little bit ago. This guy says, at this point, it's not an IQ test. They've accepted it and continue like programmed drones collecting a paycheck so they can pacify themselves with their bread and circuses. Most people's entire existence would shatter. Up here in Canada, we had a snowstorm with some stranded trains. You should have seen them crying for the government to save them. And then this from Dusty Old Fart. Off topic, but I found this response by Kyle Rittenhouse very interesting. During an interview by Drew Hernandez, Kyle was asked, we deserve to vent as we've been trodden on the wine press much too long. It's not coincidence that riots are happening in disarmed countries. Focus on personal actions we can take and be prepared to lay down your life for this struggle and remain optimistic as we will win this war one day. We've got God on our side. No one wants to fire the first shot, and they're not going to have to. They're going to get off the dime. I guarantee it. Something's going to give way here. And then I'm not buying the wake-up theory. Telling the truth in a time of lies is an uphill battle and always has been.
I disagree with that.
Truth cannot be taught. It can only be learned, and for the stubborn, stupid, it takes a beating. Regardless of anyone's level of awakening, what will be apparent to everyone is that when this event happens, everyone will know beyond any shadow of a doubt that only God could have pulled that off. And all the while, that double-edged sword never stops moving, and it ain't whistling Dixie. And then this here. Patriot Underground is a great message if you feel discouraged. As we know, our space shot 76. No, we just got the message we need to have, I think. And then this one, Fishy. Hi, Martin. Nothing new, only propaganda on mainstream media. Why did Trump say we were going to have a great Christmas?
So up back here in the beginning, at one point, I must have missed it. He talks about the fact that they're clearing out the last of the dumps. It's over
Right.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Only do 2 videos from our source this morning. So, and you need to hear it. And I asked him if I could. So,
Yeah, we already did
let's
this.
go ahead without further ado here. And I'm going to tell you exactly everything. Okay, all the emails that went back and forth here. I said, I smell a rat. Something is not quite right.
Yeah, because he states it here in a different part. I don't want to go through the whole thing. My point is this: this is not normal. You know, if we've got anybody out there in the California region that wants to send us something, man, we'll bring you on. I mean, look, this entire area up here. This is the daily average for the nation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 2. 2:57 p.m. 11:07. The date, the times just don't line up. If you have a tectonic plate shift event, it doesn't pick and choose and bounce around. It's one piece, right, or 2 pieces actually that are butting up against each other. That's what a tectonic plate shift event is. But look at this. I mean, this could be a line drawn pretty quickly, and this is a complex. I mean, I don't see the logic based on the way this is supposed to happen. And look at the concentration of area. Yesterday, we had stuff all the way down here to San Francisco. If you look at this from the top, That look a lot like a rail line ish up the back to California. It doesn't take much imagination to get there, and imagination is partially what we need. So let's cut this when we're at 15 minutes. I'll send you another link, and we'll come back and we'll talk about earbuds and Christmas gifts. I appreciate everybody watching, and we'll try and get this cut and put up to the other platforms and get the news out. Martin Brodell says stuff's happening. He talked about the low-level arrest, which I've been expecting, and we're seeing what looks to be the last of the cleanup from volcanic, or not volcanic, but earthquake activity. Do you agree with that, Brandy?
Yes.
I don't think we're far off here. Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
Okay.